It's your boy Guru in the house, back with another bang on video. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Diwali once again. Well, what a wonderful time I had with my family, of course. It was really nice to have, no lives today. Of course, I already mentioned you in my previous video that I will not be going live tonight, but of course, you know why. I'm busy. I'm busy. This is the only time that I stay with my family for a long period of time. And I think they deserve this chance, of course. Why not? So, without any further ado, of course, in this video, we're going to talk about Hossam Awar, because why not? January window is coming, it's upon us, and of course Awar, and of course we've got Dominique Szoboszlai. More people related to Arsenal are calling for Dominique Szoboszlai and Hossam Awar to come to Arsenal. Well, what has Mikel Arteta thought of it? Everything will be discussed in this video, so stay tuned and watch the video till the end. And of course, if you seek daily Arsenal content, this is the best place to be. Subscribe, man. Let's move on to the first news that we've got here. Well, Arsenal have signed a controversial, now this is really interesting, okay? Arsenal have signed a controversial deal with Cambodian beer company Gansberg, who allegedly promote dog meat as the perfect snack to have with a beer. Well, the Gunners signed a 3-year deal with a company whose huge street billboards are set to feature meals made of the meat in 2019. Well, but the deal has come under fierce criticisms from animal rights groups such as Four Paws. A Four Paws spokeswoman told the Independent that we have raised our concerns with the club, and while they share our disgust at the trade, they have not cut ties with the brand, which is widely accepted as the best accompaniment to dog meat. Well, according to Independent, here's what an Arsenal spokesperson said. We have been in regular contact with Four Paws and Gansberg on this serious issue. Gansberg have assured us they do not endorse the consumption of dog meat, and they are working hard to remove any independent advertising that does promote this. So it looks like everything was a howler, or it may be true, who knows the reality. But yes, Arsenal they just saved a lot of PR embarrassment for this new deal. But moving on, Mikel Arteta has reportedly not given up hope of signing Lyon midfielder Hossam Awar. The Athletic claim that the French midfielder remains top of Arsenal's wish list despite failing to sign him during the summer transfer window that closed. Juventus are also interested in the 22-year-old's signature, but who cares about Juventus anymore? But moving on, well, Tony Cascarino says Arsene Wenger did not coach Theo Walcott properly, never coached him properly. He says, I've always been a fan of Walcott, but I've always felt he has never been coached properly because he was such a young player who left Southampton to go to Arsenal. He joined a fantastic squad of players at Arsenal. He sort of found his way. At moments, he had one season, he had 20 plus goals, and it looked like he wanted to play a centre forward role instead of being a wide player. Honestly, I think he's one player who hasn't been coached enough about numerous positions to play in and progression in a player's, because Theo's got everything. He's technically good, he has got incredible speed. I think if you worked with Theo about the tactical side, and I think he's an intelligent young man, I think one of the best things that happened at Arsenal with Wenger was Theo. I don't think Theo was a player that should have improved like he should have. So Tony Cascarino believes there was more that Theo Walcott could offer, but alas, he wasn't coached properly by Arsene Wenger in different positions. Let me know what you guys feel about it, because Theo Walcott, the first one that comes to my mind when I think about Theo Walcott is offside, and of course the Reading game where he wreaked havoc. I'm sorry, the offside thing just popped out. But moving on, well, Dominique Szoboszlai, according to Fabrizio Romano, Dominique Szoboszlai is on the shortlist for Arsenal. They have been scouting him for 1 year. He's not their only option though, but yes, Fabrizio Romano suggests Dominique Szoboszlai is on Arsenal's shortlist. So yes, expecting two midfielders, and Arsenal are not going to give up. Arsenal are really shaking up that 11. They're actually bringing in two attacking midfielders. That is what I believe so, and I think Arsenal should have the money for that. But moving on, let's talk about it. Cesc Fabregas believes Arteta should adopt a similar approach to former Chelsea boss Jose Mourinho at Arsenal. He says that's the key nowadays, especially from what I've seen in the last 4 or 5 years with coaches that I've had. They've come with an idea, then try to start with that idea, but as soon as something goes wrong, they become a little bit of scared. Not scared, but they prefer to get results and get confidence rather than keep going with their philosophy or their ideas and lose. Like Mourinho always used to say, you need to be pragmatic. Maybe at the beginning nowadays, you do need to get results first. I don't deny that. But you have to have personality. For example, someone like Patrick Vieira at Nice. I followed him at New York City and now at Nice for a few years. He has a young squad, but he goes with his philosophy no matter what. I mean, he likes to play. He knows that the kids will make mistakes, but he says, if you make a mistake, it's on me. He has the personality to not change. You will not see Vieira going 4-4-2 in a defensive way or something like that, because he always believes in his players and his methodology. It's very nice to see coaches like this. Let's see what things get better out of him. But moving on, well, Carlton have admitted that Arsenal were probably right not to send their players to the Valley. Well, of course, they were interested in Tyrese John Jules, and of course they could not afford the wages because they did not want to spend more than 1,300k a week. But they say the club's director of football, Steve Gallen, has actually opened up about it. Says they could have been right, but internally you don't always know those things. You go tunnel vision and focus on convincing Arsenal to send their player to us because we are going to make a better player, like we did with Conor Gallagher, Jai Da Silva and Josh Cullen. I think Arsenal felt we weren't in the right position at that time, and they were probably right. Well, also there's one more ex-Arsenal player who believes that Hossam Aouar should come to Arsenal. He says Lee Dixon believes Aouar would be an astute signing for Arsenal. He says you've got to chip away to those little things. Does he want those types of players? Where's the creativity in midfield? A player like Aouar would have been somebody that would have helped. Of course, Lee Dixon believes also that the club have to sign a player in the similar mold as Chelsea ace Mason Mount. Addressing Gunner's lack of creativity, Dixon said, that is a huge, almost total reliance on one player to get you a goal. That is about Aubameyang. He cannot be the only one to carry the burden to score goals. He says no goals from anywhere else, although Lacazette has 3 in 6. He seems to have gone off the boil. No goals from the midfield at all. No breaking midfield player that forces teams back like a Mason Mount or somebody running through the middle like that and breaking into the box. So already the way that you can play with that, and I haven't even mentioned the back 4 or 5, then you're limited in what you can achieve. So even Lee Dixon believes the fact that Arsenal are being stopped in achieving what they can by this whole back 5 situation. But moving on, let's see what happens. But says Fabregas believes there are positive signs at the club despite their poor form. At Arsenal, he says, they have a new project. I believe what Mikel Arteta is doing is nice. The players are fascinated by how he came in and changed the training ground, the methodology, how he prepares for games. He makes it easier for his teams to understand how to attack, how to defend. I like his ideas. All I'm hearing is positive. Yes, you got to be positive. Yes, that's what our ex-boss, I'm sorry, what's wrong with me? Ex-boss Arsene Wenger used to say. But also, let's talk about Real Madrid. Now they're battling Arsenal to snap up. Szoboszlai, of course, we all know Szoboszlai's last-minute heroics secured Hungary a spot in the Euro 2020. And of course, the midfielder is out of contract in 2022. He could be available for £23 million in January. And of course, Real Madrid are hovering, but RB Leipzig and AC Milan are always interested in the midfielder. But moving on, Cesc Fabregas has revealed Jack Wilshere could have made it at Real Madrid or even Barcelona if it wasn't for his repeated injury problems. He says, Jack was such a good talent, one of the most talented players I have ever played with. He was just 16 when he first came to train with us, and I was like, wow, this guy is good, strong, sharp. I mean, it's a big shame what has happened to him. I feel sorry because he could have been a proper English legend of the game. Well, of course, no injuries, but yeah. We always talk about how British players would adapt to teams in Europe. I always believe that Jack was one of the few Brits who could have made it big time at Real Madrid or Barcelona. Same with Aaron Ramsey and Gareth Bale. These guys are so talented without injuries. They could have done much more. Of course, could have without injuries. Jack, of course. Sergeant Catalin, actually Arsenal young player, has tweeted out, living my childhood dream, #AFC, #COYG. Well, he was seen, he actually shared a small video of him wearing Thierry Henry's number 14 kit of Arsenal. So his dream was to play for Arsenal, and I'm pretty much sure the way he's doing it, I expect him to start for Arsenal someday in the future. So, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes to platform every single day, twice. So sit back, relax and enjoy all the news that comes on this platform. I will see you in the next one, and don't forget to, tune into our live. I don't know if I'm going to be live tomorrow. Let's see. I want to. If I get time, I'll definitely schedule it, and you guys can be a part of it. Well, until then, happy Diwali and stay stay motivated. I would say, I won't say stay safe at all, because you're not dumb enough, whoever is watching it. But stay motivated and work hard for those the light in your life. Cheers. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.